Introducing tonight's officials. The referee is Danielle Chestnut. The senior assistant referee is Justin Knight. The junior assistant referee is Matthew C. The fourth official is Vladimir Stefanovich. Here's the starting lineup of the senior Loudoun FC. Team captain. Forward, Kyle Murphy. In goal, number 1, Callie Burner. Number 2, defender.
Guy stand with his back to you.
Number 24,
his name's Matt,
defender,
so.
Colin Burner. Number 30, defender, Nelson Martin.
He's usually really on top of things, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Peebo Jr.
Player's gonna walk in here in a minute, so he's gonna have you just kind of step off to the side.
Number 12, midfield, Conrad Preston. Number 16, midfield, Antonio Bustamante.
They'll introduce.
Number 17, midfield, Andrew Loudoun. Number 15, midfield, Griffin Yang. Number 9, forward, Adam. It's time to meet the starting lineup for your home team, the Swope Park Rangers. Team captain, defender, number 4, Camden Riley. In goal, number 45, John Holskamp. Number 43, defender, Mark Sedgers. Number 48, defender, Kale Rad. Number 92, defender, Alexander. Number 98, midfielder, Ayu Allah. Number 95, midfielder, Rasande Akmanata. Number 85, midfielder, Felipe Hernandez. Number 80, forward, Sean Karani. Number 96.
Two teams with some youthful talent on display, and two teams fighting for points in the early stages of this 2019 USL Championship season. It's the Swope Park Rangers taking on Loudoun United FC for the first ever time. Coming up next, live from Children's Mercy Park. Welcome in to Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. A sunny and hot day in the Kansas City metro area today for this matchup in the Eastern Conference between the Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United. joined by Doug McClagan. I'm Carter Augustine, and Doug, this should be a really interesting matchup between these two teams who are trying to find some points in the early stages of this season.
Yeah, they're both low in the table right now, and points right now are extremely valuable for both teams tonight.
And these two teams will have plenty of youthful talent on display. Let's take a look at the away side, and they might have one of the most highly touted prospects in U.S. soccer right now, Griffin Yao, getting the start here tonight.
Yeah, Griffin Yao, the 16-year-old academy player, probably will play right underneath Murphy tonight in that number 10 slot, looking to feed him and get Murphy, who's got 3 goals this season. But yeah, keep an eye on this kid. He's going to be fantastic.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the home team, Swope Park Rangers, will lean on their exciting young winger, Sean Karani, who will try and keep his hot streak going.
Yeah, another academy player. This time Sean's 18 from Wichita, Kansas. But last couple games he's had a start, and he has created headaches for the defenses of the opposition, and hopefully he's going to be doing that again tonight.
2 players with a lot of attacking skills that will be on display this evening. We'll see if they can lead their sides, as both of these teams will try to find all 3 points. We'll get you the rest of the starting lineups and kick coming up next. You're watching the Swope Park Rangers versus Loudoun United FC. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park. Carter Augustine joined by Doug McClagan as we're just about set for kickoff between Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United FC. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups, starting with the visitors and head coach Ryan Martin in his first game as a coach at the professional level, taking over for Richie Williams, and he has named 4 changes to the side that lost at home 2-1 against Hartford 2.5 weeks ago, and it's a very youthful side and a very youthful bench as well for Ryan Martin, the likes of Griffin Yao, Antonio Bustamante, and 17-year-old Nelson Martinez getting the start here this evening. Meanwhile, for the home side and coach Paulo Nagamura, 3 changes to the side that lost 1-0 away to the formidable Tampa Bay Rowdies in a pretty good matchup on May 25th. Out goes Zendejas Abulnadi and Will Little. In come John Poolskamp, Killian Columbi, and Ayub Alak, making his first appearance since April 27th here this evening. And here is the coach, the new coach for Loudoun United FC, Ryan Martin, making his first appearance. Took over last week after Richie Williams was snatched up by Bruce Arena for his staff with the New England Revolution.
3, 2, 1, and you're good to go.
He will try and oversee a Loudoun United FC side here. Playing just their 10th game of the season and getting our game started with the ball going from left to right in their all-red strip. Swope Park Rangers with the navy kits orange trim on a hot and humid day here in Kansas City, Kansas. 88 degrees at kick. Very humid out there as well. And here's a good start early from Griffin Yao, trying to get it back to the feet of Noah Pilato, and the Rangers will go ahead and clear. And Doug McClagan, first game in charge for Ryan Martin.
Yeah, he's got a bit of experience. I'm sure he might have a few little butterflies, but he's got a lot of experience under his belt, so it'll just be another game for him, and hopefully for him, he'll get a victory.
Wilson Harris now off the turnover into the area for the Rangers, and Harris unleashes a drive. It's a good save from Callie Brown. And the Rangers causing some havoc in the opening minute.
Yeah, some good foot skills here by Harris. Cuts him one way, cuts him the other, and then hits a bullet. That's a tremendous save, because he didn't have a lot of time to see that ball coming. That was hit well.
Absolutely flying at Callie Brown. Makes the save. It'll be the first corner of the game for the Swope Park Rangers, and Felipe Hernandez, who made that interception, really has been the driving force for the Rangers. He'll take this corner towards the near post, and Cameron Riley got there, just couldn't quite direct his header on frame.
Yeah, I think the DC Loudoun United player got on it first, and then I think it just hit Camden in the head, quite honest.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he knew much about it there, Cameron
kind
Riley.
of a ricochet, wasn't it? But good attempt to get in there, though.
So decent start in the opening 2 minutes for the Swope Park Rangers. 1-6-4 on the season. Down at 17th place, 7 points, but this is their 12th game of the season, Doug. It's their 12th different starting lineup. It's been a revolving door for this Rangers team. A lot of injuries in the team, a lot of injuries with Sporting Kansas City that have affected the Swope Park Rangers this season, and it's been tough for them to gain some momentum.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's, Coach Nagamura wants to get lots of people in, but like you say, there's been a lot of injuries above them. There's been a lot of injuries here, so it's just not been easy for him. And you're right, you're playing with different players every week. It's tough to get used to knowing and being on the same page of the players every week.
This one just about kept in play by Yao, and now he'll cut his way infield. Talking to head coach Ryan Martin for Loudoun United before the game, and he said they're going to try and play from the back, trying to very much create a vertical integration from the academy all the way up to DC United, and Loudoun United an important part of that process here in their first season as a club. And he was the academy director at DC United for 2.5 years. Ryan Martin. So we'll know a little bit about some of these academy players on display for Loudoun United here this evening. This is one that Yao will chase. It's going to slow up, and he can keep it in right on the far corner flag. Cutting in Yao, getting the crossway. It's a decent ball, and it's alive in the area, offside eventually against Loudoun. Referee's going to let this one continue on, as it did wind up in the hands of John Poolskamp. Now the Rangers come up the other end, but decent opportunity there for Loudoun United.
Yeah, decent opportunity. Obviously, Murphy was offside, and good officiating to let the play run, because Swope Park Rangers were on a breakaway. Unfortunately, they've got 10 players behind the ball now, so they've slowed that breakaway down.
Good recovery there by Loudoun United. It did look like the Rangers were going to be away.
Well, one tactical change. We thought they might play Yao underneath Murphy in that number 10 spot, but they've got him outside playing like that left mid spot, and I think 17, which is Loudoun, is going to be in that number 10 spot. So just a little different to what we thought was going to happen, but still, I'm sure he's going to have a big impact in the game, as he did a couple of minutes ago there, setting up that opportunity.
Andrew Loudoun has been playing most of the season on the left side for Loudoun United and previous coach Richie Williams. There's a foul. Another DC United homegrown Antonio Bustamante in midfield, picking up that foul, making his 3rd start of the season. There's a lovely little flick from Yao, and it's set Loudoun United on their way. This one is passed. Riley, and is it in? It is. It's given. Goal to Loudoun United. It's Kyle Murphy at the back post, and they lead 1-0.
Well, the Swope Park Rangers players aren't too happy because if it did cross the line, and I'm not questioning that, it was darn close if it did, and it did not look like it to me, but then again, I'm not at the best angles here.
Riley, who missed the initial clearance, they're just trying to scramble back on the line.
Yeah, that's a great play by Camden Riley, but unfortunately, we do not have goal line technology, and it could be, and maybe it could be. But a great attempt from Riley there, and honestly, a good save by the keeper because that was point-blank chance there for Murphy to finish. And it all started on a little bit of creativity from the 16-year-old Yeo. Griffin Yeo, nice little flick down there, and they got in behind the defense, and a good finish there by Murphy.
Yeah, Griffin Yeo really creating that one down the left-hand side. Kyle Murphy, the captain, getting his 4th goal of the season, which leads the team. Pouncing on that one at the back post. Here he is picking it up in midfield. It's Loudoun United. They've only played 9 games coming into this one, least in the Eastern Conference. On 9 points, 2, 4, and 3 in 15th place. They haven't played in 2.5 weeks since May 19th, but off to a tremendous start here on the road.
And quite interesting, 8 of the 9 points so far have been on the road. So they're obviously not afraid to go away and play.
There's some good work down the right-hand side by Connor Presley, and he forces a corner kick. It'll be the first of the game for Loudoun United. Looking dangerous in the early stages. And taking his time, Antonio Bustamante.
Come on.
Time he gets there, it's going to be half-time, I think.
Trotting over slowly.
I know they're 1-up, but we don't need to be wasting that time right now. 7 minutes into the game.
Look at our referee, woman in the middle, Danielle Chesky. Here's the corner taken short. Calls for handball from Bustamante, falling deaf ears, and it's finally hacked clear by the Swope Park Rangers back line. So Loudoun United will reset. Callie Brown making his 5th start of the season. This is an errant pass, and now picked up by Karani, who drops it off with Hernandez. Hernandez trying to carve out room for a shot. It's blocked away by the man who made the initial mistake, Noah Pilato. Murphy, can he get on the end of that one? No, because it's a wonderful sliding challenge from Riley. But this game really is back and forth here in the early stages. And Connor Presley will just slow things down for the visitors.
Hey, higher now. Once it gets to Nelly, higher.
Well, Loudoun United, they haven't played in 2.5 weeks in USL Championship. They did play a scrimmage against the USA U23s as Yao is offside on the left-hand side here. Just this past weekend, playing against the likes of Joe Gao and Emerson Hindman. And Coach Ryan Martin saying it's really good warm-up for this game, considering that they have been on such a long layoff.
Yeah, it's tough to do that for 2 weeks, but yeah, I mean, they'll play that game, but the good thing about this is they're going to come out and really excited because they haven't played a real meaningful game for 2 weeks. Scrimmages are good, but they're not the same as the actual game, so they look very into this indeed. They've come out very aggressive to start off with, and very creative, and not afraid to go forward at all.
Maybe, Doug, is there a part of this of playing for a new coach as well?
Well, you know, when a new coach comes in, it's almost like everybody's playing for spots again. So, yeah, they'll be out to try and prove to the coach that, yeah, I should be in every week. And that's great for competition. So yeah, absolutely, I agree.
Here comes Yao again, outside of the boot, looking for the run of Murphy. Poolskamp will just drag this over. Oh, that's a misclick from Poolskamp. He manages to get it out of his feet. Alexander now with some work to do, and he does it expertly so. Columbia back heel, no one is there, and Loudoun United do a good job of regaining possession. Ten minutes in, Loudoun United leading through that early goal by Kyle Murphy. Here is the youngster Nelson Martinez making his debut, his professional debut for Loudoun United, 17 years old, out of Woodbridge, VA.
Go, squeeze it!
Under pressure there, Kave Rad does extremely well to drop that back with Poolskamp, but again, picked up in the back by Loudoun United, who really come into this game well.
Yeah, the problem is the Rangers are not getting the ball, so unfortunately can't get to play soccer. The only time they do get the ball is mistakes from Loudoun's defense, and that's about the third one they've made. So now there's an opportunity for Karani to run at that fullback, and look at him go.
Here goes Karani, a burst of pace into the area. Sean Karani, last-ditch challenge. It's a wonderful challenge from Nelson Martinez when it looked like he had been beaten by the pacey Sean Karani.
Wow, that boy's got some pace. He runs into the defender, commits him, get his feet moving, and just blows by him. Unfortunately, the people in the middle weren't quite where he needed them right at the time, and the fullback recovered. Good recovery by the defender, but wow, Karani just blew by him.
Sets up this corner kick. Just taken short. Hernandez in towards Camden Riley. It's cleared away at the near post.
It's got to have a little bit more on it. Didn't clear the first line, and that's an easy clearance there for the defender.
Quickly taken throw here, and Mark Segbers will drop it back with Kave Rad. Camden Riley wearing the captain's armbands, playing in central defense here this evening for the Rangers. There's a good touch by Rosenbeck Akhmatov. A couple of step overs, just putting it a little too close to his defender. But Alexander gets onto it, and here go the Rangers. Finally getting some possession, and now Hernandez, there's some space for a shot! What a drive, what a goal! Hernandez, a pile driver into the far corner, and he equalizes things here. Swope Park Rangers 1, Loudoun United 1.
Well, we know he can score some great goals, but that's another unbelievable strike. The distance it came from, you would think the keeper had time to get across, but boy, that got to the back of the net real quick, and that bounce just in front of the keeper did not help him at all. That's a tough one to say, but what a shot. Wow.
Felipe Hernandez, an absolute man on fire this season. His 5th goal from midfield for the Swope Park Rangers. He's been putting them on his back and continues to do so here at Children's Mercy Park.
Well, a little bit against the run of play, and game's back on now, 1-1.
Loudoun United might feel a little hard done by with their excellent start in the opening 10 minutes.
But like you said, that was the first time they've really had possession. And from that possession comes the goal.
Now Yao picks it up, edge of the area, searching for room. He gets a drive away that requires a strong right-handed save from John Poolskamp.
Well, we've got a game on our hands tonight. I tell you what, that was a fantastic save. That was very well hit, and he got that hand down, a big, strong hand at the last second. What a tremendous save. Boy, yeah, it's going to be a good game. Started off really, really aggressive on both ends, and yeah, we could see many goals tonight.
End-to-end stuff here in Kansas City. John Poolskamp with the big save, but it's a corner now for the Rangers to deal with. Curled in nicely towards the top of the 6. Edge of the area, Loudoun sorts it out. Gets a shot away, but trickles wide of John Poolskamp's left-hand post.
Yeah, he brought it down real well with his left, but just unfortunately, when he come to strike his right, had a few people in front and didn't hit it clean.
Come on, Sean, come on.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
Looks like now Sean Karani has moved to the left side and wants to give a few headaches to the right fullback now. And here it might happen right now. Here he goes again.
There's Karani now charging again in towards the area. Sean Karani leaves it off for Harris. Sorts out his feet to Columbi. Columbi now one-on-one. He'll just slot it towards the edge of the area. That's an ambitious drive, but requires a save from Callie Brown.
And not a bad effort at all, actually, but just didn't have enough pace on it. So Brown got a couple steps in, got across and made the save. But great run again by Karani. It's what I kind of like about this lineup. You've got Karani and Columbi, and they're both very exciting players at running at defenders. And if they can get in behind, then they're going to be causing some problems all night.
Of course, the Rangers are without the suspended Jerome Mbekele, who got that suspension following review of an incident against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Mbekele has been an ever-present for the Swope Park Rangers side all season long, second on the team in goals. So he's not available for Paolo Nagamura and the Rangers. Actually haven't named a full bench either, but they will be happy to continue to name Sean Karani in the starting lineup.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you got these two on the lineup and Mbekele as well, not in the lineup. So there's a lot of talent here. I know the results haven't been going fantastically, but there's a lot of talent here.
Karani arguing that he got the ball there, and referee Daniel Chesky saying, well, that's a foul.
He did get the ball first, yeah. That's actually a good challenge. The only thing is he was lunging from behind, and the referee's going to have a quick word with him, but he actually got the ball first.
Antonio, find it.
It's a sore one for Noah Pilato. And Karani just getting a bit of a talking to there from the center referee. As Pilato, the 22-year-old from Oak Hill, Virginia, will try and walk that one off. Get restarted here. Bustamante with a nice turn around Akhmatov. Calm and composed on the ball. How about this from Bustamante? And he's picked out Presley on the right side. Leaves it for Villatoro. Fakes the cross, gets it to his left. Riley's there to head this one clear to the edge of the area. Dewey's done really well to get there first, and now he chips it in towards the near post. It's a little too close for Pulskamp. He's able to gather.
Let's go!
How about the little run there by Antonio Bustamante? Some great skills, went in and out 3 or 4 times in between defenders. Beautiful to watch.
See why DC United snatched him back up after his wonderful career at William & Mary. On loan here with Loudoun United, and making just his 3rd start of the season. Perhaps will be bolstered by former DC United Academy Director Ryan Martin now being the coach of this Loudoun United team. And in talking to Coach Ryan Martin, he said this Rangers team is a good example of what they want to do over at Loudoun United. More on that in a second, because Akhmatov now running into the left inside channel and tries to cut it back for Alexander. Good first-time touch from Hernandez. Now the goal scorer gets back on it for the Rangers. Alexander. Karani. You can hear Paolo Nagamura yelling, go at him, and here he does. Karani chopping it to the left. Boy, this kid is an exciting young prospect for the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, you can see the fear of the fullback. When he's running at him, he's thinking, oh, please don't take me on. And this is a great cut, just a little bit too much on it, and it ran into the keeper. But yeah, that's the fear you can put into fullbacks. And he's going to the left back, he'll go to the right back, he'll switch and he'll move. And he's got a lot of talent, a lot of pace, and some good skill on the ball.
Speaking of skill on the ball, there's another skillful move from Bustamante. Started this game with some confidence. And Loudoun United have a straight line of attackers right along with the back line of the Rangers. Rad heads this one up into the sky. It's a foul against Bustamante on Hernandez. Good refereeing there. Just wanted to see if that will give the Rangers an advantage. It didn't, and so she pulled it back for the foul on Bustamante, who admitted his wrongdoing there and apologizing handshake with Hernandez.
She's done very well. Did well on that call. Did well on the advantage at the back, letting Swope Park Rangers get out of the back. So yeah, she's doing a very good job.
Alexander now back for Kave Rad. Naibalak spreads this one out to the right-hand side. Mark Segbers. Segbers charging down the right, inviting Columbia into play. This is a decent cut towards the penalty spot. Hacked clear by Colin Verfuth.
And a good movement again there from Mark Segbers. And if Segbers and Alexander can get more involved in this game and get forward, you're going to find 2-on-1 situations out wide. And we already know with Columbia and Karani, there's going to be problems. If you can get 2-on-1s, then you're going to get round the back, and then you're just looking for that ball into the box to finish. So, yep, if they can keep getting forward. Ooh, there's a little foul.
That's a foul, I think. That might be a foul in American football. Peebo Dewey, the man guilty there, as Columbia just trying to post up, killing Columbia. Making just his 4th start. He's been a super sub most of the year for the Swope Park Rangers. Making his 11th appearance overall.
Yeah, he's yet to score a goal yet, but I think he's been very effective when he's been in.
Does have 2 assists on the season. Columbia been a good playmaker, mostly off the bench. He'll try and do it from the start here. He's earned this foul and a free kick. Hugging the far touchline. It's Alexander with the left-footed delivery in towards the box. A foul is spotted. The ball's in the back of the net, but it won't count. Kave Rad, his goal disallowed here for a foul inside the area.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the foul was, because that was a fantastic ball in and a great finish too. And we can't see from this angle yet. Not seeing much there. But obviously I'm not standing with that angle that the referee had. But there must have been just a little niggly foul before that ball was played in.
It's a good ball that puts Columbia in behind. And Columbia now cutting it towards the top of the 6. And that is a wonderful chance that goes begging for Akhmatov.
Great opportunity, and they're getting behind the fullbacks, as you can see again here, and that ball cut square back across the box, and he just completely whiffs it. And I hate to say it, but it ended up being a throw-in, not a goal kick.
Usually not a badge of honor for a tackle player.
Not really.
Segbers with a good head fake to fool Yao, and now charges forward from his right back position. There's a tuck back, and again, just seeing if advantage is there, nothing.
Yep, great officiating again. And he might be getting a yellow for that too, possibly. Oh no, she's bringing out
the spray from her pocket. Just giving Yao a little bit of a talking to, though. Veteran move there from Mark Segbers.
And I think that's where they're going to have the problems tonight with Segbers and Alexander. They have both really had great seasons so far, and they love to go forward. And if they can get forward, like I said, you're going to create 2v1s. They're going to get round the back. They've been around the back 4 or 5 times already. Then they've just got to finish it off. So those two keep on getting involved. This could be a long night for Loudoun.
Well, we've seen Alexander get involved with his set-piece delivery just a few moments ago.
Looks like the same one, doesn't it? Almost.
Just about. Maybe even a little better position here. A little further infield for the Rangers. But Alexander will step over. Akhmatov now. And it's flicked away from danger, but out of bounds for a corner kick.
Another good ball in the box. Unfortunately, just landed on top of a Loudoun head as opposed to a Rangers head. But 2 good free kicks.
Just starting to set their sights. Rangers on these set-piece situations, and now Hernandez towards the back post. Good goalkeeping there, Callie Brown. Full extension of his 6'4" frame. Well, he's joined Loudoun in their first season from Seattle. previously with Houston Dynamo. Never did make an appearance for either of those teams, but 21 games for Seattle 2 last season, and a bunch of games for Rio Grande Valley, 19 games for them the season before, Callie Brown. And returning home, the hometown kid from Leesburg.
He attended college at UVA, I think, and possibly won a championship, I believe. Not 100% sure, but yeah, he's been a very good goalkeeper through his years.
Here he is, as Loudoun again try and build from the back. Wonderful start from Loudoun United, but it's been a decent response from the Swope Park Rangers after conceding.
Yeah, we've seen a big shift in the possession, and now it looks like Loudoun have maybe figured that out, and now they're trying to maybe keep the ball a little bit longer too, because it's a patch where they control the game. That ball has got to be off the field. How did they miss that?
Oh, Nagamura was right there, and he's dumbfounded on the near touchline, but did go right to the Swope Park Rangers, so there's no harm done in the end.
So like I was saying, Loudoun controlled the tempo early on, and then Swope Park Rangers have come back into this and controlled it. So they're on top right now and creating opportunities too.
These are two very youthful sides in the USL.
It's great to see. They were saying that the average age of the Swope Park Rangers starters is 20 years, 0.9.
There's another mazy run from Sean Karani, one of those youngsters, bringing the average down at 18 years old. Loudoun just trying to keep that one alive, and Segbers will go and retreat it. Bit of a work for Pulskamp to do, but he does well.
It's a great decision by Segbers there.
Pulskamp making just his third professional start with these Swope Park Rangers after signing back in April. And yet to be on the losing end, John Pulskamp.
Well, that's a good sign for the Rangers, who they're on a 3-game streak here. They haven't lost at home in the last 3 games.
Akhmatov now cutting it to his right, and he goes for the near post. Ooh, Callie Brown was frozen to his spot. That wasn't too far off from Rasenbek Akhmatov.
That's a great effort. He cut inside, and as soon as he cut inside, he got that shot off so quick. And I don't think Brown knew it was coming. And that is about 6 inches off, maybe.
You can see Brown's eyes just through the legs of the defender there.
Yeah, he probably was blocked a little bit vision-wise, and when it goes through the legs, that's a tough one.
Sigh of a relief there. There's a good header won by Murphy into the path of Presley. He's shucked his defender off, and he's cutting it back for Murphy. Segbers is there to clear. Only as far as Villatoro. He curls one in, and now it's Yao in the box. Onto his right foot. Pulskamp has to make a save. Boy, this game full of chances on both sides. Pulskamp coming up big again for the Rangers. And now the Rangers will try and break. Hernandez trying to curl that behind the back line. Some half-hearted shouts of handball, but Hernandez didn't look to appeal, and Loudoun United do a good job there of recovering. Looked like the youngster Nelson Martinez was the one that was able to block that cross attempt.
Well, we've definitely picked a good game tonight. I can tell you that. We could have had about 7 or 8 goals by now. It's fantastic entertainment.
Griffin Yao just on the other end, getting his attacking game here, forcing another save. He's done that on a couple of times now from John Pulskamp.
What's great about it is both teams are obviously want to attack. And like you mentioned earlier, you take a little peek up when they've got the ball, and there's almost like 4 Loudoun United players on the back line of the Swope Park Rangers. So they're not afraid to throw numbers forward. And that's what's making this game wide open and very entertaining.
Here comes Sean Karani again, left-hand side now. It's the underlap from Alexander, tries to lay it off for him. Alexander goes to the ground. Looks to be in some pain. Loudoun will continue on here. Murphy now, near side. Switch of play. Segbers get there. Full-blooded challenge in on Dewey. And he'll go and retrieve it as well. Alexander now up to his feet.
He's good. He's good.
He'll try and trot back into his left back position.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was fouled down there, but maybe he rolled an ankle or... So yeah, he's taking his time to get back there. He's limping a little bit, but I don't think it was a foul in the box. It was a great, like you said, underlapping run that he made. Fortunately, the pass was just slightly ahead of him, and he just couldn't get to it in time.
Jackie, stay. Jackie, stay. Turn.
Presley here's turn from his teammates, does that, tries to pick out Villatoro, but Alexander was there, played out of bounds on the near side. Half an hour in, and we'll have a hydration break here in Kansas City. As mentioned, 88 degrees at kickoff, and hot and humid here throughout the week in Kansas City. Doug McClagan made of the opening half hour here between two teams desperate for
Well,
points.
like I said, they don't look desperate, do they? I mean, it's wide open, entertaining soccer, and it's just been beautiful to watch. And it's great to watch the two wingers, especially Sean Karani, running at players and getting in behind, and they're causing havoc and they're causing chances. Unfortunately, Swope Park Rangers have not finished them, and they've started to take over the game with possession, but as soon as I say that, Loudoun FC is straight back in it too, so it's been a wonderful game to watch.
Well, we highlighted Karani and this man, Griffin Yao, in the pregame as two players that might just lead their attacks, and it seems to be that that's played out here in the first half. You mentioned Sean Karani, but we've seen Griffin Yao getting on the ball a lot for this Loudoun United side as well. Yeah,
he's made a massive impact. The first goal they scored was that beautiful creative flick that he did, and then he's had a shot that was well saved by Pulskamp, so he's been in it just as much as Karani, and in the end it could be one of these two that decide the game.
Just 16 years old, Griffin Yao, DC United homegrown out of Clifton, VA, and returning from a nice campaign with the USA U17s at the CONCACAF Championships. Finished runners-up to Mexico in a thrilling championship match down there in Florida. Yao actually scored the opener in that game for the U.S. They were unable to hold on. They lost in extra time.
Let's go, boys. Keep going, yeah.
Getting some final instructions here from their coaches, these two sides. See Pulskamp just trying to tell Sean Karani what he wants to see. I have to imagine he's just telling Karani a little bit more of what you've been doing.
Keep on doing it.
There's the youngster, still on an academy contract as well, Karani. Might be just doing his best here to earn that full contract with the Swope Park Rangers this summer. Out of Wichita, Kansas. We're back underway here in Kansas City. Hydration break over. Got to think these two teams needed it because this game has been wide open back and forth. Yao getting onto it again, back with his fellow DC United homegrown Bustamante, and they'll switch it over to the right-hand side. Verfu.
Griff, can you show there, Griff?
Here's another youngster, Nelson Martinez, who's, as we mentioned, getting his first pro appearance and a start at center back for Loudoun United. Be a player that head coach Ryan Martin knows really well from his time at the academy. Not even in the pregame notes here today, Nelson Martinez. Griffin Yao now called for the foul there on Mark Segbers, who just was able to turn him a few times along his back line. Fans follow the Rangers and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. Good challenge there from Martinez. Ball ends up with his center back partner Verfuth, so Loudoun United will start again. Again, it's an errant pass, and Alexander quickly into Harris, trying to turn for food. Loose ball now with Karani. Now Akhmatov slows it down. Apology there from Alexander as his back heel flick just didn't quite come off.
It was a nice idea. Like you said, just didn't quite come off, but every now and then you got to be creative.
Well, he certainly is the Brazilian fullback, and archetypal Brazilian fullback is that as well. Alexander out of Uberlandia, Brazil. Really been an ever-present for this Swope Park Rangers team. His 11th game, all starts. Leads the team in assists as well, Alexander.
When you say Brazilian, you're saying it's going to be technical, right? And he's been an absolute joy to watch. I love the way he gets forward. He's very, very good on the ball. He's got a sweet left peg. And yeah, he's done extremely well this year. As the Segbas too. The fullbacks have been very impressive for the first 11 games.
As this Rangers team has struggled to find points, they certainly have found two fullbacks who have been rock solid for them. Now Wilson Harris striding forward and does well to hold up play and invite some Rangers teammates into the attack. Hernandez twisting and turning. Finds Riley. Now Karani with some space. He's got Alexander if he wants it. Instead, he'll go back now with Akhmatov. Stands this one up for Segbers. Got some work to do, does well, keeps it in play. Fans love the hustle. Now there's a shot from Columbia that goes high and wide of Callie Brown's goal.
Yeah, great work by Segbers to keep it in, and then good run there by Columbia. But the strike was always missing. You could see the keeper pulled his hands back. Knew it was going over the bar, but good effort.
There's some high pressure from the Rangers that forces an errant kick, and they'll get possession high up the pitch.
They have made some errors in the final third, and hasn't cost them big time yet, but it could do in the future. You've got to be a little bit more careful in possession in that final third as Loudoun United FC.
Karani, he's finding decent spaces on the left-hand side. Riley sees Murphy closing him down. And Alexander just shielding that one expertly away from counter-pressing. Gave him a bit of a piggyback ride as well.
Shield the ball off and oh dear. I'll get you a ladder next time, buddy.
Bit of a wheelbarrow race there.
That's funny. Nobody got hurt, so it's all good.
Stood up to Karani, who tries to touch it inside of Viatoro, and he's got that closing speed as well. Viatoro did well. Drop it back with Brown. And Murphy calling it that one of the same thing, and that's some good consistency from the referee here, as this time it was Riley through the back of Kyle Murphy who was just trying to post up his target forward position. Good strength there from the 6'1", 180-pounder, 26-year-old. And I asked Coach Martin on that as Griffin Yao is now into the area. Cutting it back, Yao! And he slots it into the far corner! Wonderful goal, Griffin Yao! And he gives Loudoun United a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, good finish. What composure, though. 16-year-old, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Just cut it inside, picked his spot, and put it away. The composure on the ball here for a 16-year-old, tremendous. What a great finish. So, yeah, he has had a major impact on this game already. They've scored 2 goals. He's created 1 and finished 1.
Celebration for Griffin Yao for his 2nd goal of the season. And this just his 4th appearance. And you can see why he's so highly rated in the setup for the U.S. youth national teams, and especially DC United as well. This kid putting his talents on full display here this evening.
Yeah, he's 16, but he's not a kid. I watched when they had the water break, and the team was all getting together, and he was actually giving instructions. It was like he was leading it as a 16-year-old. So just shows you the maturity, and like you saw the composure on the ball of the kid. I mean, he is going to be a force for many years.
Hernandez with a nice turn, and now he's found a good ball out to the near side, and Karani's got some space to run into the box. Karani trying to cut back. That's excellent defending. Karani trying to slide, but in the end, Bustamante will come clear. Work there from Jack Villatoro.
Yeah, that's good defending. What I think they figured out that Karani wants to go right, so they're giving him left, and so he defended him real well, curved his run so he'd have to go left, and Karani chose not to go left. So they're keeping him off of that right foot. They've obviously done some research. Great defending.
Stood up for Yao. Segbers rises over him, but second ball with Loudoun United. Bustamante, that's a wonderful ball for Presley. Just couldn't quite judge that in the air, and it allowed Alexander to come in, and he does expertly well to win this back for the Rangers.
Good. Keep there, Colin. Keep there, Colin.
Harris. Good ball inside. Alak keeps it going all the way to the right-hand side. Columbia. He'll have a shot. Tame and gets a few looks of scorn from his teammates who had charged into the penalty area.
Yeah, unfortunately straight at the keeper and had very little pace on it, so easy save for the goalkeeper. But great play on the halfway line there by Wilson Harris. He got well hit from behind, but his strength to hold up and switch the ball to give Killian that opportunity was fantastic.
Tune in to ESPN3 on June 18th at 9:30 Central Time for a special Tuesday edition of Wednesday Night Soccer as Phoenix Rising FC meet Reno 1868 in Nevada for a meeting between two of the best in the West. It's the week's best match on Wednesday Night Soccer, Tuesday edition, June 18th on ESPN3. Into the final 3 minutes here of a scintillating first half. Loudoun took the lead through a Kyle Murphy goal before it was equalized by Felipe Hernandez, and then Loudoun able to regain the lead through a wonderful finish by Griffin Yao. Now here's a mistake from Poolskamp. His hand up to his teammates as they'll have a corner to defend.
Yeah, it was the right decision by Camden Riley. Brought it down well, played it back to keeper. There was a bit of pace on it, but yeah, keeper's got to handle that with a better touch, but probably a little nervous because it was on target. If he misses that, that's a goal. So
well, we saw that from Sean Johnson in MLS a few weeks ago.
Yes, he did.
Just about the same move there. Luckily for Poolskamp, it goes out of bounds, but now here come Loudoun on the ensuing corner, and that's a good tackle from Columbia because it's off Bustamante. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, that's why they all say on those backward pass to pass it outside the frame of the goal, just in case. And fortunately, his touch took it outside, but it was a poor touch.
Camden Riley, his 10th game, all starts in his first professional season out of Pacific. He's really starting to settle in to this Swope Park Rangers side, Camden Riley. He's got the captain's armband with Graham Smith. Now playing more and more with Sporting Kansas City. Good shift to the feet there. Now Alexander will cut inside. Good reading of the game though, Pilato. And now Yao shrugs off a defender. Still Yao. Wonderful sliding tackle, Mark Segbers. And now Segbers will charge forward as the Rangers try and turn this into a counter.
Come on, Connor.
Hernandez touched around a defender. Marshaled well, and it's out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, unfortunately, the touch was a little bit too long there.
It's Nelson Martinez again, the youngster who's shown pretty well in his professional debut, you'd have to say, here in the first half.
Hey, he's done very well indeed. It's just great to see a field full of so many youngsters and seeing the top quality of the game that it's been. and it really has. So it's just a great thing to see.
Callie Brown allowing his teammates to push up the field here, and he'll whack it towards the near side. Alexander, acrobatic clearance, which is headed out of play via Toro. 4 minutes of added time here in the first half. Did have that hydration break, of course. It was a hard landing by Peebo Dewey. Managed to get the ball out, but right into the feet of Segbers, who wanted a foul. And now Hernandez. And that'll be the first yellow card of the game. It'll be Griffin Yao.
Yeah, and I think that's not just for that foul. There's a foul down at the other end, and I think that's an accumulation of fouls there. I'm not seeing her point to different places, but that's not his first foul of the game. So that's is that the first yellow of the game?
It is the first yellow card of the evening.
So now the youngsters got to watch it a little bit.
Just getting a little handsy there in his defending, Griffin Yao. Segbers had wanted the foul called earlier on him, but then Hernandez kept charging forward. In the end, it's a foul a little further advanced up the pitch for the Swope Park Rangers.
This is about the same place we had a free kick 15-20 minutes ago, where Alexander whipped it in, and we actually, or Swope Park Rangers scored from it, but there was some fouling that occurred before it. So I wonder if we're going to see something very similar here. Looks like the same setup.
It was Kabe Rad who thought he had scored. Ruled out for that foul inside the penalty area. Very similar position here, as again it's Akhmetov and Alexander standing over this one. It'll be Alexander. And there's Harris! Oh, what a delivery! And Harris heads in the equalizer.
Fantastic goal, and the goalkeeper almost saved it. He had a strong arm, he almost kept it out, but absolutely incredible ball in, like his last free kick. And all Harris has got to do is put a clean header on that. And what a header, and almost a fantastic save too. I got to give the keeper some credit there.
Well, he's unmarked in the area, Wilson Harris. You see Callie Brown. Oh, he thought he might have saved it with that right paw outstretched. Too much power on the header, though. Wilson Harris celebrates his second goal of the season. Second goal of the game for the Swope Park Rangers, and just before halftime as well.
That is perfect timing. And you know what? 2-2 is probably a fair result here, because both teams have been going at each other, and they come in at half, and it's probably going to be 2-2. And I think that's probably a fair result, and that's an extremely good goal to get him in the 45th minute here.
Wilson Harris, in his 7th start of the campaign, 10th appearance overall. Youngster from LA, who wound up with the Sporting KC Academy and was committed to the University of Louisville before he started to pile things on last summer and earned his contract with the Swope Park Rangers. Quickly taken free kick here. Caught me off guard, I'll admit to that, and didn't catch the Swope Park Rangers back line off guard.
Alexander was sitting there and read the idea and picked it up nice and easy. So almost a waste of a free kick there for Loudoun, because you're probably looking at the last chance of the half, and he could have whipped that ball in the box and maybe had an opportunity just like the Swope Park Rangers team did.
The Rangers not going to settle for that being the last chance, as Alak dribbling into the corner with some purpose here. Looked like he was trying to win that corner the entire time, and it worked out for him.
I'm not sure I've seen something like that before. I mean, he took it to the corner flag, and he must have had a plan, and he knocked it against the fullback. I guess the plan worked. So here's a great opportunity, possibly the last kick of the half.
Rolled back for Alexander, and he skies that one into the cauldron end here at Children's Mercy Park.
Yeah, you know the cross he did a minute ago for the goal, that was unbelievable. That cross there, not great, was it?
Unbelievable in the other meaning.
Yes, absolutely so.
And that'll end the first half here. And what a lively first half we had as well. 2-2 the score as these two teams head to the break.
It's been a very, very entertaining game.
Well, stick with us as we'll be back here for all the halftime stats and analysis from what's been a really fun first half here at Children's Mercy Park. Swope Park Rangers 2, Loudoun United 2. You're watching the Eastern Conference USL Championship. Halftime here in Kansas City, 2-2 the score between the Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United FC in what has been a half full of scintillating attacking talents. And if you want to see some scintillating attacking talent in Kansas City, you want to watch Johnny Russell. And we have the privilege of having SKC broadcaster Matt Lawrence break down his recent hat trick for Sporting Kansas City.
Hey, look, Johnny Russell gets all the plaudits for a wonderful hat-trick, but I think we need to take a look at the players around him as well. It's all about the hard work, the teamwork and the endeavour of those players. Here we see it in Nico Hassler here, closing down in the middle third of the park. This is exactly where Sporting Kansas City want to win the ball back. Look at that, he's resilient, he's dogged, he fights off the player, wins the ball, lays it straight into the path of Johan Croiset. Yes, Johan Croiset stumbles, but he holds off Ki He, literally points him towards the weight room, lays the ball off to Johnny Russell, and as we see here, the three players highlighted, Nate, Johnny Russell is using these guys to actually curl the ball round them, not letting Stefan Fry get a look at the ball. It's a quality finish from Johnny Russell that we see time and time again. This is his second goal. Up, back and through. It's a simple passing movement up from Benny Failhaber, back from Croiset, and then through Familier, through and into the path of Johnny Russell. But it's not just about Johnny Russell, Nate, it's about Nico Hassler as well. Look at him on the outside. As he overlaps Johnny Russell, he drags two Seattle defenders to him and gives Johnny Russell a clear path to goal, and he just sweeps it home. It's a fantastic finish from Russell, but look, he gives some credit to Nico Hassler as well. This, the third goal, the hat-trick. This is magnificent from Russell once again, but it's all about the teamwork of Kellen Rowe and Johan Croiset. Rowe just lends the ball into Croiset. Croiset cushions it, lays it back into the path of Kellen Rowe, and he lays it first time into the feet of Russell, who uses Tolo Nuhu again as a wall, as a block. Stefan Fry completely unsighted. Russell has a third of the goal to aim for, and he finishes with aplomb.
Well,
Lovely to hear Matt Lawrence breaking down that fantastic performance from Johnny Russell. Stay tuned because Doug McClaggen's going to break down the fantastic first half between the Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United FC, who are knotted at 2 goals apiece at the halftime interval. Who can break the deadlock? Are more goals in store in the second half? All of that coming up next.
Brown to find Lacroix. Now it's Musa. Oh, what a hit! Ryan Brown. Brown. Oh, that is electric from Phoenix on the break. Shot. Push wide.
Halftime at Children's Mercy Park. It's 2-2 the score between the Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United FC. Let's take a look now at the standings coming into this one in the Eastern Conference of the USL Championship, and 2 teams still trying to find some points here in the early stages, but Loudoun United especially, they just haven't played as many games as a lot of teams ahead of them. 2 teams trying to figure it out, Doug McClaggen.
Yeah, there's a long time in the season left, but you're right, they want to get started going now because, you know, before you know it, you're going to be more points behind, and then it's just going to be really tough to get out of that basement. And so it's time for those teams to pick up points, and this is a really important game tonight.
Tampa Bay still leading the way, undefeated on their season. Swope Park Rangers had a really good game with them in Tampa Bay the last time out, but just couldn't quite get the result. The Rowdies with the late winner there. Let's take a look at what happened in the first half between these 2 teams. And 2-2, it's even on the score sheet. Seems to have been a pretty even affair overall as well. What do you look at when you're looking at these halftime stats, Doug?
Well, I didn't realize it would be 10-5. It seems a lot closer than that, but it just shows you 15 opportunities in the first half. Is pretty amazing. And the possession is really, really close. And I think the team that seems to have the more possession just is creating, obviously, the more chances. And in the end, that might be the difference tonight.
Next home match for Swope Park Rangers, and it's coming up soon. You know, Sporting Kansas City's on the road throughout the entire month of June, but the Swope Park Rangers will be having a nice ability for you to come out and watch some wonderful USL soccer at Children's Mercy Park, as they will host Charlotte Independence this Saturday, 4 p.m. here at Children's Mercy Park. You can get your tickets at sportingkc.com/Rangers or on SeatGeek. Let's take a look now around the league in the USL Championship. There's a familiar name, Chris Tierpak, one of the SPR originals, voted Championship Player of the Week, and the Texas native really starting to come on for Austin Bold. Tampa Bay Rowdies, as we just saw in the standings, the only undefeated team left in this 2019 season. Keep an eye out on the championship awards. So those will continue to develop throughout the season. Well, it's been a wonderful first half here, full of attacking play by both sides, end-to-end stuff between the Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United FC. It's 2-2 at halftime. Can one of these teams find a winner in the second half and get an all-important 3 points? Stay tuned, second half kick coming up next. Welcome back. Second half just about ready to start here in Kansas City, Kansas. Swope Park Rangers and Loudoun United FC tied at 2 goals apiece. Carter Augustine joined by Doug McClagan, and well, we saw a wide open first half, Doug. You would have to expect a little bit more here in the second as well. As it's been a hot day, maybe the legs start to tire as well.
Well, I'm hoping and praying the second half is going to be like the first half, but you know, as a coach too, I'll tell you this, you don't like your defense to be that wide open, so both teams might tighten up, probably especially Loudoun United, tighten up and not give so much space so the game can't be as flowing as has been. But I hope they both go for it again and it's wide open and entertaining like it was the first half.
Well, this man was at the center of Griffin Yao as head coach Ryan Martin looking on in his first game as a professional, thanks to the member of the Loudoun staff there, just with a block on our camera shot. Wilson Harris getting his second goal of the season, and that tied things up just before halftime. He's standing over the ball in the center circle as we are ready to start the second half. Referee blows her whistle. We are back underway here in Kansas City. Teams have switched sides. Swope Park Rangers left to right now in their dark blue with orange trim. Loudoun United in the all red, going from right to left. And Rad will pump this one up, looking for Harris, who's maybe committed the most obvious foul you'll ever see.
Yeah, you've got, at some point, you've got to be looking at the ball. That's a great block, though, for the running back to go through.
Yeah, or maybe that was the pass interference not called for the New Orleans Saints. Never look around for the ball there. This one was spotted by the referee, so it was given as a foul. And as Akhmatov tried to stride forward, Pilato will play this out of bounds. Well, Doug McClagan, the Rangers scored in first half stoppage time. Does that do anything for the psyche of these two teams, and maybe did it change the halftime team talks at all?
Yeah, I think it absolutely does. You score a goal like that right before halftime and you come into the locker room, you're excited, you are ready to go again. On the other end, you give a goal away in the last seconds of a half. You're coming in with your head down thinking, oh, we just made a major mistake. So, yeah, it could absolutely get you going if you score, and it can definitely get you down if you give it away.
See how these two teams respond to that first half stoppage time goal. Brown to the forehead of Segbers, and now Karani with a hard foul on Peebo Dewey. Dewey, who's played some center back for this side, but he's shifted over to left back for Ryan Martin here in his first game in charge. And talking to Coach Martin, he said he was expecting a lot from Peebo Dewey in terms of leadership on the field because they've got so many youngsters in the side. Dewey, 27 years old, making his 10th start, leading the team in minutes as well.
Yeah, and that's really a testament to how he feels about Martinez, because when the game started, I thought, I'll probably put Martinez outside and put the experience in the middle. But now he said, yeah, I don't care what your age is. You go play centre back and we'll put the old guy at left back. And so a brave decision by the coach, and Martinez has done fantastic so far.
Had one really crucial intervention after it looked like Sean Karani had gotten in behind him in the area. It certainly stood out. Martinez making his first appearance, first start for Loudoun United. First appearance as a professional in his young career, the 17-year-old from Woodbridge, Virginia. And if head coach Ryan Martin wants to change anything here in the second half, he might have some of Martinez's youthful teammates coming to the game. There's a very youthful bench on display. A couple of 15-year-olds there on the bench. 17-year-old, a couple of 17-year-olds. See if either of these coaches make a change as this second half continues to progress. Again, it's 88 degrees at the start of the game here this evening. Really humid day in Kansas City. There was a chance of rain, so we've been fortunate enough to stave that off after what's been a ridiculously rainy spring in the Midwest in Kansas City.
I'm assuming with what you just said that there's going to have to be subs, because 90 minutes at this pace, in this heat, and hopefully we'll see some of those 15-year-olds coming on the field now.
Long diagonal over to the right-hand side, and Loudoun United have some players forward as well. Trying to look inside for Murphy, in the pass from Villatoro just wasn't quite on the money. But I think that's an illustration, Doug McClagan, of what Coach Ryan Martin told us before the game. He wants to switch the play really quickly and move from side to side and try and get this Swope Park Rangers back line out of shape.
Yeah, and they've done very well at that. And like I said, I've said this all game, they're not afraid to attack. And every now and then you peek up front, they got 4. Look at them now, 4 people on the back line. And they play an exciting, aggressive style of soccer, and always good to watch. And we got 2 teams doing that tonight.
Hey, Connor!
Out of bounds for a Swope Park Rangers throw. The 2 teams that want to keep the ball.
Yeah, most of the time when you watch Swope Park Rangers games, they end up having way more possession than the opposition. If you look at this, it's not too far apart. It's like a 48-52, and it's normally not that close. So yeah, you've got 2 teams who like to keep the ball here.
Up towards Columbia, who flicks this one on. Brown under pressure. Stands this one up to the far side. Somehow that stayed in play, but in the end, Ayub Alak able to come over and reclaim for the Swope Park Rangers. Alak holding in midfield here today, and he's returned from injury for the Swope Park Rangers. Last played on April 27th and has been dealing with some injuries. Good to see him back in the starting lineup. Former Morocco U20 international. Born in Belgium, of Moroccan descent. Spent his entire pro career in Belgium before joining the Rangers in the offseason. Here he is turning on the ball and just acting as a metronome. And of course, that holding midfield position in this 4-3-3 setup is so important for the Swope Park Rangers. There he is. Ayub Alak coming over from Lierse SK in Belgium. That holding midfield role, Doug McClagan, it's an important one in this system, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive in this system, and it's not a glory position by any means, but without those players, you don't get to keep the possession, you don't get to win the ball back, and they are so important, especially with a style that Swope Park Rangers plays, which is that possession style. And he plays it real well, and he was, definitely missed while he was out, that's for sure.
Back in for his 6th appearance, 5th start of the season, Alak.
So we got a little bit more patient approach to the second half here. Swope Park Rangers happy just to knock it around and try and find little gaps and spaces that they might be able to penetrate. And that wasn't particularly a great ball there from Alec, but that's what they're attempting to do. Keep the ball, keep the defense moving from side to side, and find those gaps to penetrate.
Yeah, I'll just trying to dump this one into the corner, and that's asking a little too much of Loudoun. Trickle out of play. Marshaled well by Kaveh Rad. He's making his 4th start in a row, the youngster on an academy contract with Swope Park Rangers, coming up from the SKC Academy.
Yeah, the 2 youngsters have done well. Rad and Riley have done very well. And like you say, if Graham Smith's going to be playing up with Sporting Kansas City, then they're going to see a little bit more playing time, which is great for them. I'm sure they love that.
Now from back to front, speeding down that left-hand side, Killian Columbi exchanging some passes with Alexander and trying to draw some deep breaths there as well. A lung-bursting run down the left. He's won a corner for the Swope Park Rangers, their first of the second half. We saw some excellent set-piece deliveries from the Rangers as well in that first half. One leading to the goal from Wilson Harris. Short for Alexander. Try to slide that one through. It'll trickle out of play for another corner.
Band him in, band him in.
Center backs in the area for the Rangers.
Grip, come inside, 95. Away.
Curled in over the head. And now, oh, that takes a deflection off Harris. And Callie Brown was alert to dive on it right on the line there for Loudoun United.
Well, I think it was Villatoro that went to clear it.
Now here coming down the other end, Mark Segbers just shrugging off Kyle Murphy, who looked like he might have gotten in behind.
Murphy's not happy about it. He's got his arms flailing like should have been a foul called, but so it's end-to-end stuff here. We're about to explain what happened at one end, and the next second it's an attack at the other end, and hopefully it's going to continue that way. It's just like the first half.
As you said, the opening 7 minutes or so are a little bit more relaxed than we saw in the first half, but there's full display of what we saw just there moments ago. Callie Brown saving from that mishit clearance. And up the under end, Loudoun United almost getting in behind through Kyle Murphy. Segber stepping in there, the elder statesman for this Swope Park Rangers team at 23 years old. Presley. Back-heeling this one, trying to invite Villatoro forward. And let's take a look here at the end-to-end action just moments ago.
Oh, it's Bowie. Oh, and that came off Harris. That would have been a nice goal for Harris, wouldn't it? Coming off the back of his calf, and that's just a shoulder. I don't think there's a foul there.
It's a good ball slipped in behind there for Kyle Murphy, but good recovery from Segbers. Now Harris chasing this one down on the left-hand side. Tries to slap that one over to Sean Karani, but Dewey was alert to the danger.
That was a better clearance by Dewey that time. But he's breathing a sigh of relief after that last one.
And Harris looking to the sky there as he just about got maybe the cheapest goal of his young professional career. Almost in off the back of his quad there. But as we are still 2-2 between these two teams on the wrong end of the table so far.
That's great work by Alec there, because he could have been knocked off the ball like 3 times, but he just showed his pure strength on the ball to shield and hold that ball off. Unfortunately, his ball down to the line didn't find any, but that's the stuff we're talking about, that hard work that you need players to do. And in that 6th position, he's done extremely well so far.
Presley upset because he thought that one was off Camden Riley. He'll have to drop in and defend because it's a throw for the Rangers. Deflected pass winds up at the feet of Colombi. Now Alak, it's a good ball to the near side. Karani can line up Dewey 1v1. Karani onto the left foot, has a crack. It's blocked away, and Karani gets back onto it. Harris. It's a good ball to the left-hand side as the Rangers start to mount some pressure here. Wonderful work there from Columbia in some tight spaces to keep possession. You hear Nagamura barking out orders for Karani on the near side. Brad wants a foul. Referee, again, looking for advantage. Nothing there, so it'll be eventually called a foul. As Loudoun United preparing their first sub of the game. In the meantime, Colombi coming in field. Some patient stuff here from the Rangers. And it's an errant pass from Segbers out of play, and that'll allow for this substitution. And it's a really promising young talent coming in for Loudoun United. Replacing Noah Pilato is Brian Cayo. And this is a kid making just his 2nd appearance of the season. Made 1 sub appearance for 33 minutes. He'll come into the game here out of the DC United Academy. And they're going to make a double substitution, actually, as Andrew Loudoun's evening is complete. And he will be replaced by Orlando Sinclair, who has had a decent season for Loudoun United so far. 2 goals, which is second on the team. We'll check in for Loudoun. So a double sub here by Ryan Martin right around the hour mark. Now Presley in plenty of space, gets the ball from Murphy. Presley cutting to the outside. His cross blocked away, and Riley now calmly plays it forward with Hernandez.
Yeah, good defending by Alexander, but Presley probably should have been going in instead of taking it out towards the corner flag. He had an opportunity to run inwards at Alexander and take him on one-on-one. And he's got some pace too, but took it outside immediately, and Alexander just followed him the whole way, and good defending there.
He had Brian Cayo looking like he was going to bust a lung to get outside him as well.
Go grip, go grip, go grip. Good Orlando. Good Orlando. Bueno, good. Go Connor, go.
Stood over to the far side. Alexander trying to keep that in play, does expertly well. Hernandez now finds Akhmatov. Around 1, Akhmatov, edge of the area to Wilson Harris, tries to shift it. That's a wonderful sliding tackle from Villatoro. Had to get that one spot on, and he did.
Great tackle there, because you're right. If he mistimes that, that's a PK, without a doubt. He went flying in there, but a tremendous time tackle.
Over the top now for Murphy. Lays it off. Cayo's there. Trying to create room for a shot. It's tackled away. Presley, edge of the area. His shot blocked. Winds up with Murphy. Oh, he's just trying to find that far post. And
yeah, you could see what he was doing. Bending it into the far post, but he just didn't quite catch it clear. Lucky that it popped out right at his feet, and yeah, he needed to push it a little bit further out to bring it in. Easy save for the goalkeeper.
Punting it up towards Wilson Harris. Rangers getting ready to make a double substitution of their own. Inside now with Bustamante. Good ball to Yao, who's in some space. Going one-on-one with Segbers, and he's got an overlapping run from Dewey. He'll ignore it, go inside. Yao trying to find a ball there. Oh, that's a lovely sliding tackle from Alexander. It looked like Presley might be in behind. And the back heel stays in play as well. Well, that's just some quality Brazilian full-backing play there from Alexander, and it gets some oohs and ahs from the crowd as well.
Fantastic, because if that ball goes through, Presley is in almost one-on-one with the keeper. So tremendously, again, tremendously timed tackle. We've had it at both ends now. So here is a double sub for Swope Park Rangers too.
Alak back from injury. You wouldn't be shocked to see him withdrawn here after just over an hour play.
Yeah, I think he's done very well too. He's done all, like we said, the dirty work that needs to be done in there, and he's done it very well today. Good performance.
He's replaced by Jahan Rad, so the Twins will be on the pitch again. Jahan Rad will slot into that holding midfield role, and then Wilson Harris will be replaced by Ethan Vandercourt. Decker, what'd you make of Wilson Harris?
Again, I think Harris has done a great job. He's that big, strong centre forward that holds the ball up well, and he's done that very well today. And obviously scored a great goal too, so another good performance. But, you know, in this heat, it's a couple, just like Loudoun just did, a couple fresh players coming in, maybe to inject a little bit more energy into the game.
Well, straight into the game and straight into a foul. Jahan Rad making his third appearance of the season, and he fouls Griffin Yao. So there's a chance for Loudoun United to put some bodies into the area. And Antonio Bustamante will stand over this. 34 career goals at William & Mary for Antonio Bustamante. That's a decent haul.
It's not bad.
We'll try and deliver something here for Loudoun. Whipping it in towards the back post. Decent delivery, and it comes off Camden Riley in the end, who was falling to the ground, and perhaps fortunate that just ricochets off him and out for a corner kick.
Yeah, they're asking the referee, surely there might have been a foul in there. Yeah, he might have got pulled down, but...
Come on, hey! Hey!
Yeah, he might have a little bit, but Verf will put his hands up immediately saying, hey, I'm not doing anything, and the referee agreed to.
So it's a corner kick now on the far side for Loudoun United. Again, Bustamante take control. Outswinger towards the penalty spot. Headed down into the ground. Presley straight into the arms of Pulskamp.
Yeah, Swope Park Rangers playing that zone. 7 or 8 players sitting in the zone, and the problem with that zone is if you've got a player running in at pace and it lands at the right spot, just like Presley was then that power from the header usually is enough to beat the goalkeeper, but fortunately it went to the keeper and no problems there for the Rangers.
Colombia's done well to chase this down, and now he's trying to slide it inside for Hernandez. Presley was just able to get there just ahead of the midfielder for the Rangers. Here goes Brian Kao. And what a ball that is in behind. Kyle Murphy streaking in behind the back line. Murphy has a goal over the top of the crossbar. Wonderful chance for Loudoun United, created by the youngster Brian Kao.
Oh, that's just a fantastic ball. You don't really see the pass there, but that's a great penetrating pass that only Murphy could have got to, and then Murphy would want that one back again, because I bet you back again he might finish that. But he hit it way over the bar, unfortunately. But what a fantastic ball from the youngster.
Brian Kao into the game here for just his second appearance. He played against Ottawa Fury, and he's been involved in the USA U17 national team setup as well. Got a chance to watch him at the Generation Adidas Cup, Brian Kao, and this is a kid that they really love in the center of the park. They might see a little bit more playing time now as well. Ryan Martin will know him well from his time as the academy director with DC United, and the youngster, just 17, 6'1", 150 pounds, out of Montgomery Village, Maryland.
And that's the good thing about Martin coming in. Like you said earlier, he knows all these players, and it looks like he's not afraid to play them. And that's fantastic. And that's, again, partly what is going on here with Swope Park Rangers. The young players that we have in, again, not afraid to play him, and it's fantastic to see, because it is the future of American soccer. So which is the team here that's going to break the deadlock?
Hasn't quite seen the chances on goal in the second half as we saw in the first half, but it's starting to open up again here. The tackle by Kao on Alexander, trying to stride forward from his left back position.
Like I said, I'm sure those coaches weren't very happy with the defensive efforts in the first half.
There's Kao again, winning the ball back for his side in the center of the park. And you see he's just got these long strides, and he finds a creative pass infield for Sinclair. Finds Yao now. Good 1-2. Griffin Yao.
I'll give him the ball now.
Curling around Rad, and Yao has a strike from distance that goes over John Pulskamp's frame, but he's not afraid to take things on here, Griffin Yao.
Some great combination work, and then didn't look too far wide.
Boy, that is not far.
Not far at all. And it's great little give and go, and then great footwork to create the shot. Said not afraid to take it. He's been very impressive tonight.
It's a good ball from Akhmatov, but Hernandez and Colombi just getting their signals crossing it.
Yeah, it's a great run by Colombi, but I don't think Hernandez saw it, because he wanted the run came inside, he wanted it put in front in the gap, and of course the ball was put in behind him and goes for a throw in.
Well, that's something that Hernandez usually does well, pressing it, forcing this one back out for another throw in. Colombi usually a super sub, so interesting to see if he can last the full 90 in this heat at Children's Mercy Park. Loudoun United trying to build out from pressure here. Bustamante in his own area, calmly. Loudoun United. And there is a turnover. Akhmatov now inside and offside. Oh my goodness, he mishit the shot. Ethan Vanacore-Decker.
I think he's probably glad he was offside there, because if he was on and he did that, he wouldn't be too happy with himself. But Bustamante on the ball looked very, very, very comfortable. Unfortunately, Martinez made a little mistake there, and that turnover could have been very costly.
Piatoro keeping this in play, going to ground. Didn't look like there was much contact there. Nothing given, so the Rangers will streak away with possession. Segber's now on the near hand side. Akhmatov gets his head up, sees the diagonal, sprays it over with aplomb. Columbia one-on-one now with Presley. His cross deflected and now cleared out to the far side.
He did well to get the ball in, but really the forward wasn't in the position to get in front of the player to get an opportunity. So we have another sub here for Loudoun.
And another youngster, and I believe the sub board there incorrect. The governor, Matt Fucalaro, correcting things for the referees. And this is an exciting substitution indeed. The goal scorer, Kyle Murphy, withdrawn. You can hear some shouts from Ryan Martin to Orlando Sinclair. Maybe we'll see him go up top, because Moses Nyman coming into the game. The 15-year-old making his professional debut for Loudoun United.
Play, haven't you?
This kid playing up with the U17s as a 14-year-old and was looking fantastic at the GA Cup. He actually had an injury, so he's just kind of starting to get back into full fitness here. Moses Nyman, you can see some congratulations being bestowed upon both Nyman and Kyle Murphy. Great shift you could hear there. Ryan Martin telling Kyle Murphy, what'd you make of the target man?
He did very, very, very well. And like you just called it, Sinclair's been moved up to take his spot there. Wasn't sure why he didn't start, but obviously coach has got a good plan here and just switched to two now. So Murphy was very, very sound, caused a lot of problems for the Swope Park Rangers defense. And now there's a little shift in the players here, and that's another great split for the youngster.
Here goes Nyman, who's standing it up towards Yao, just over his head. Segbers is there to head it clear for a corner kick. Dangerous play from Loudoun United.
So Nyman's in the play straight away. Good little split there from KO. And a nice ball in, just a little bit over the head of Yao.
Well, Yao wouldn't expect him to win many headers. 5'7", 35. Sails over his head, but it's an opportunity now from the set piece, and the youngster will come over and take it. Short with Yao. Bustamante, edge of the area. Dewey has a goal! Oh! Searching for that top corner, and the left back wasn't far off.
I just saw that goal shake with the net, and I thought that was a goal, and this could not have been too far off. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it got a ricochet off the bar. Looked a lot closer when we first saw it, but so it was a comfortable 2 or 3 yards wide, but a good effort, absolutely.
And certainly from our vantage point, that one looked a little more troubling than it actually was, and that will allow for the final substitution of the game.
Next stoppage.
And they're going to say next stoppage. It sounds like he will check in for Killian Columbi.
Correction, leaving the game, number 80, Sean.
So that sub will happen during the next stoppage of play. We're into the 73rd, almost 74th minute here. 2-2. Will one of these teams have something in the final 17 minutes and change? Under a lot of pressure here, and it's won back and kept in play. Into the area, Sinclair clips it back. Oh, and it's over the crossbar, Bustamante. What a chance for the visitors.
Wow, as technically clean as he is, I would have put my money on him finishing that. That's a little dodgy coming out from the back. Good play again by Sinclair. Just got under it.
Might have had more time there than he thought as well.
Not an easy one to finish, though, because the layoff was slightly behind him. So he had to turn his body and catch it on the half volley, but just got underneath it.
So that will allow for that final substitution of the game. Will Little checking in for Killian Columbi, who his night is done after 74 minutes. Will Little making his 9th appearance, 3rd off the bench. Clever flick from KO in towards Nyman. They've played together all throughout their years at the DC United Academy. Should have a good understanding in midfield, and now Nyman finds a good pass for Presley. Keeps it in play. Back now for Nyman. Trying to curl that one in for Sinclair. It's blocked away by Rad. It'll be another corner kick for the visitors.
Very impressed with this Nyman kid. He's been in, what, maybe 5 minutes? He's touched the ball 7 or 8 times. He's been creative. He is really making a huge impact on this game already.
Taking the set pieces as well. You see him give a raise of the eyebrows to Griffin Yao on the far side, Nyman. Instead, he'll curl it in towards the penalty spot. Oh, and it's a header from Sinclair that goes over.
There's a good effort. I don't think he could get on top of it enough to get it down. Nice cross in. And just couldn't get it down, unfortunately. So we've got a quick water break.
Hydration break here as Loudoun United starting to ramp up the pressure. Well, we're seeing some academy kids on display here. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. And we're seeing some young kids on display for both of these teams throughout this game, Doug McClagan. And it's really a wonderful thing they're doing with the USL academies as they're trying to start to churn out some young attackers, young defenders, young midfielders, every position all across the country from markets that maybe these kids haven't been as served as well in the past.
Absolutely, and you'd think, okay, so you're putting a bunch of youngsters on the field that maybe the game level might drop a little bit. This game level has not dropped. It's almost raised its level. So, yeah, it's a great opportunity for the kids. And like you said, they're going throughout the country trying to find these players all over the country. It's a fantastic way of building the soccer program in America. And we've seen in Kansas City the benefit of it. We've had homegrown players now playing for Sporting Kansas City. And you're seeing it in DC United. And it's just fantastic for the young players.
There's one of those guys. 15-year-old Moses Nyman making his professional debut, and he's been, as you mentioned, Doug, well involved since coming on just around 10 minutes ago. So we're back underway here after that hydration break. Still 2-2 somehow in this game. Orlando Sinclair, some clever footwork. He wants to return from Presley, blocked away by Alexander.
Come on, Griff. Come on, Griff.
You hear Yao being implored by his coach to get back and defend on Will Little. He's done well here because it's forced an errant pass from Little. Now Rad using his strength to shrug off Brian KO. Good play by the holding midfielder for Swope Park Rangers. Man on there. And Sinclair nips in behind, takes it away. Nyman trying to lay that off for Bustamante. Loudoun United really starting to ramp up the pressure here over the past 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's a little bit of a swing in the momentum, and it just feels like the Loudoun United FC team starting to come into this game and starting to possess and move the ball around and create opportunities. Swope Park Rangers are going to have to be on their toes defensively now.
That's what Will Little was there as he blocked the clearance attempt, and now Hernandez trying to slot in behind. Decker, he's in on goal, one-on-one. Decker, big save, Callie Brown.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just him on his own, and that's great goalkeeping because the goalkeeper came out and made himself absolutely huge. There was no way past it. Unfortunately, it would have been better if Decker had someone to cut the ball square to, but that's great goalkeeping, and what a great ball in too. Not quite sure who played it. I think it was Hernandez, but a great ball in behind the defender to create an opportunity. But tremendous goalkeeping.
Certainly was Felipe Hernandez there, creating that chance for the Rangers. Now they have a corner kick. Alexander towards the far post, just over the head of Rad, who puts his hands to his head, but is still alive. Karani just dribbles out of play. Out of bounds, throwing on the far side. This was not far off from the head of one of the Rad twins.
Yeah, his hands went to his head because I think he knows he should have got at least something on that.
Looked like Kave Rad, the center back, up for this corner kick.
Oh yeah, he should have done better. I'm just wondering if the player in front of him jumping up late may have just kind of thrown him off a little bit.
He'd been unsighted by the couple of bodies in front of him there, Rad. Another excellent delivery from the set piece by Alexander. Kave Rad still searching for his first professional goal. This one's turned over. KO in the right position. Wonderful work between he and Nyman, and KO spreads it over to Presley. Now Sinclair getting in behind the back line, and Sinclair bearing down on the penalty area. Rad wants a goal kick. The referees converge, and they grant him his wish.
And he got it, yeah. Poor first touch there, unfortunately, for Sinclair. Just pushed it a little bit too far. Yeah, I think I could agree with the referees and linesmen on that one.
Might have just come off Sinclair there as Rad tried to clear that away. Good center back play there from Rad to come over and cover after it looked like Camden Riley might be beaten in behind.
Go, up! Yes, Mo.
Rad now under pressure, Jahan Rad, and it's KO coming away and stealing it away for Loudoun United, trying to slide it over to the far side. It goes through some bodies. Sinclair's there. Poolskamp pushes it away. Big save, John Poolskamp. Oh, some nervy moments. What a touch there from Felipe Hernandez. Can this start an attack? Trying to play it in behind for Decker. Gets his eyes up. Hernandez first time. That would have taken some extreme bits of skill there, Felipe Hernandez.
Well,
see here from end to end here.
Yeah, this is a turnover by Rad, but this is a great save because he knew he couldn't hold on to it, so he pushed that ball well wide, so there's no chance of rebounds. And that's not too far off, unfortunately, for Hernandez.
It's a foul now on the other side as Loudoun United got things started quickly. Players just catching their breaths here. From a back and forth game. Into the 82nd minute here. Nyman charging forward. Dribbles around one. Lays it off for Bustamante. Presley trying to curl that one around Alexander, but the fullback blocks the service.
So we're into the 82nd minute, and I can tell you this, neither team is going to want to lose this 3-2. So defense is really, really important right now.
Good tackle from Riley, but it bounces into the path of Sinclair, and now it's well read by Akhmatov, but he has it taken away. KO, stutter step, and KO driving forward. Lays it off for Yao. Yao looking for goal. It's, again, right into the arms of Poolskamp. He parries that one away. Nyman continuing the pressure here for Loudoun United. Presley goes to ground, wanted a foul, nothing seen by the referee, but Alexander, he'll wind up fouling as he tried to shield away a defender, but that's really excellent work by Jack Villatoro. Moments ago, another save by Poolskamp. These are starting to mount up for the Rangers goalkeeper.
See, Yao's trying to bend it to that far post, just like Murphy did a few minutes before, and another good save again. Not sure if he could catch it, so he parried it away from any chance of a rebound. So good goalkeeping.
Moses Nyman, the youngster, been charged with coming into the game and taking over the set pieces, and he'll stand over this one again. This is good position as plenty of players forward into the penalty area, and there's some hobnobbery going on in the penalty box. two center backs.
A little bit of pushing and shoving. Because we never see that happen on set pieces, do we? That's just part of the game now, isn't it? Hands wrapped around bodies.
Nyman will clip it towards the back post. Sinclair's free. He cuts it across the box. Cleared off the line. No one was there for Loudoun United. Yao will try and get in behind Little. He does well. Stays on his feet. Yao trying to cut it back. This one's cleared away. And a good turn by Vanacore Decker. Can he relieve some pressure here? He does. Touches it around Bustamante. It's a one-man counterattack here. Decker still streaking forward and runs out of steam in the end, but Hernandez wins it back from KO, and he wins a foul. Good play, Felipe Hernandez, when it seemed like the chance was lost.
Wow, this is just great, isn't it? End-to-end stuff, just like the first half. Tremendous entertainment. So here's deep. I'm just wondering if the keeper could have come, maybe not. But look at that by Riley. That is tremendous reading for the next play. And then Decker couldn't lay the ball off because the run was going offside. Oh, and he catches him a little bit late. So yeah, that's a foul.
KO, I think, just mad at himself that the touch got away from him into the path of Hernandez, who has that special ability to just nip in and toe poke the ball away from defenders.
So who's on this? Hernandez, you think?
Well, they're lining up, aren't they?
Let's see, Alexander's lining up for the left foot.
Might set up for a lefty here. It's decently central, so either one of these three guys can take it. Alexander, Hernandez, Akhmatov, all there.
I'm going to say it's not going to be Akhmatov. I think this could be Alexander. Yep.
It is Alexander. Takes a deflection off the wall and goes out of bounds for a corner. Just tried to catch the goalkeeper slipping there as well. I think Alexander, he went for the opposite corner instead of trying to curl it up and down.
Yeah, doesn't catch that head. That could quite easily be the winning goal.
Still time now is just over 4 minutes of regular play. Oh, it's beating the goalkeeper and it comes off Sean Karani. Callie Brown breathes a massive sigh of relief here.
Well, Karani had no idea. It was touched and it just hit him in the head. And oh dear, that could have been... Oh, Callie Brown would not have been happy if that ball went in.
Sean Karani didn't know much about it. Careens off him and out of play. Can Presley get there? No, because Riley's in the way. Nyman picks up the loose ball, finds a good pass for Bustamante. Bustamante outside now. Sinclair.
What's inside?
Outside of the boot, looking for Nyman. Rad is there. KO just faking like he's going to shoot. Instead, he'll bring it down and maintain possession. KO exchanges 1-2s, lays off a wonderful pass. Presley's in behind. That is a wonderful goal. And Loudoun United take the lead late on here, 3-2.
That is a brilliant goal. A fantastic piercing run by KO. A little combination, lays off, and that's a really good finish by Presley. Let's have a look at this. It's a beautiful ball. Yeah, look at that. That's just tremendous ball movement. And look at that, inside the foot, picks his spot, and Paul Kemp had no chance.
How about the play there from Brian KO, charging forward from his midfield position?
Yeah, it's just tough to stop that with the speed and the quickness of those passes. It's just really tough to read what's going to happen next, and that, unfortunately for Swope Park Rangers, might be that. It's 2 or 3, 4 minutes left maybe, and they've worked so hard that, like I said a couple of minutes ago, you do not want to lose this game because both teams have worked so hard, and maybe a point each would have been fair, but soccer's not a fair game, and there's a chance Loudoun could be walking away with a victory.
Time running out for the Swope Park Rangers, and here comes Rasenbek Akhmatov, well defended by Villatoro. Well, get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Swope Park Rangers, click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on the Rangers' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Rangers will be hoping to follow this late goal by Loudoun United with one of their own. Time running out. 89th minute here. Just 90 seconds remaining of regular time in this second half. Little with a good cross just past Decker. It goes all the way out to Sean Karani. Alexander now trying to clip that one into the area. It's blocked away by Nyman, and Presley will just hoof this one all the way back. Rad under pressure from Sinclair. It's good pressure from Sinclair. Now he holds it up play expertly well against Rad, and now Sinclair gets his eyes up looking for, oh, he was looking for Griffin Yao, and that wasn't too far away.
That's a great ball into the box there.
Let's take another look at this Loudoun United goal, because KO wins possession back initially, and he really was at the center of this goal, which could wind up being the winner.
That's a piercing run all the way through. Quick give, finish. That's fantastic play by KO.
Faked like he was going to shoot as that ball was dropping out of the sky as well, and I think he wound up taking the right option, Brian KO.
Yep, but he's glad he didn't shoot now, yeah.
There's a bit of a tug back by Segbers. There's some shouts from the Loudoun United bench, nothing given, but it's dumped out and recovered now by Martinez, who's going to go the full 90 in his professional debut as a 17-year-old. Segbers. That's kept in play really nicely by Will Lettle, who I think looked towards the bench, thought it might have trickled out of play, and winds up passing it out of bounds. As we see 5 minutes, and we're into those 5 minutes of stoppage time, 5 minutes for the Rangers to find another equalizer, as they have trailed now thrice in this game. Akhmatov's pass just not quite into the feet of Felipe Hernandez. It'll now be hoofed forward, and Poolskamp will roll it out to Camden Riley. We've seen some late drama already at Children's Mercy Park for the Swope Park Rangers in a couple of games this season. Do they have more of where that came from? Alexander's pass is well read by the Loudoun defense. Now under a double team, Alexander, you can hear that clip on his heel by Connor Presley, who, in scoring his second goal of the season, looks to have given Loudoun United a late winner. Unless the Rangers have something to say about it. Little dumping it into the corner. Akhmatov, see there, that's asking a lot of him. And he clatters into the back of Martinez. Tune in to ESPN3 on June 18th at 9:30 Central Time for a special Tuesday edition of Wednesday Night Soccer as Phoenix Rising FC meets Reno 1868 in Nevada for a meeting between two of the best in the West. It's the week's best match on Wednesday Night Soccer on a Tuesday, June 18th, ESPN3. Well, this game, I think, would have had the merits of a game of the week. It's been entertaining stuff here between these two youthful sides. Loudoun United with that slim advantage as we're into those 5 minutes of stoppage time. Little, I think Akhmatov could have let that go, but now it falls to Hernandez, and he's got eyes in the back of his head for Rad. Into the area now, Rad, and just trying to shift it onto his right foot into a host of bodies. They're able to crowd him out, and Callie Brown off his line to gather this one.
Yeah, he just couldn't get enough space to get that shot off, unfortunately. But that was a great kind of a no-look pass there by Hernandez.
Brown hoofing that away from his penalty area. Second ball won by Bustamante. Loudoun United bench wanted a foul, but they do keep possession here.
They'll be quite happy just to keep possession and run that clock out.
Griffin Yao still running full pace. And he tumbles Mark Segbers to the ground, who wants to get things restarted quickly here.
it's time to throw a few bodies forward that maybe have not been forward before. It's all or nothing now. We've got to be in the last few seconds of this game. See if we can get some bodies in the box and get that ball in there.
Good diagonal from Alexander. Will Little onto his left foot, takes a deflection, but Calais Brown diving to his left had that covered the whole way.
Not enough pace on it to beat the keeper there.
We're nearing the final 60 seconds here of those 5 minutes. Brown punting this one up.
Fucking grip, come on, come on.
Really aimless clearance there.
Loudoun's not even chasing it now. They're just going to sit in and stay compact and close this game out.
As you mentioned, Doug, they've been so fantastic on the road so far this season, Loudoun United. Trying to add to their point tally on the road, which has been impressive. And Ryan Martin trying to get a win in his first game as a coach on the professional level. As a head coach, I should say. Of course, spent some time with FC Cincinnati. Back heel from Sinclair, but Rad is over to Reed as time now ticking away for the Swope Park Rangers. Polskamp tries to get his leg behind that one. And that's a foul on Jahan Rad, just pulling Nyman to the ground. That might be all she wrote for the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, I know he wants to get the ball, but just some silly pushing and holding from the back there. That should be enough for Loudoun to run the clock out, I think.
Griffin!
Taking their time over this one. Martinez just going to dump it into the corner. And Loudoun United come to Children's Mercy Park and get a 3-2 victory in a thrilling game full of attacking verve and flair. 3-2 to Loudoun United. Perhaps Swope Park Rangers unlucky to come away with anything from this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, congratulations to Loudoun for the 3 points, but Swope Park Rangers are walking away with no points, and they deserve more than that. Probably a tie would have been a fair result, but like I said, that's the game of soccer, and unfortunately, they're going to walk away with no points. But what a fantastic game.
All 3 points for Loudoun United. Their 2 youngsters played a big role in that. They'll celebrate this 3-2 victory over the Swope Park Rangers. Stick with us as we'll be back here from Children's Mercy Park to wrap things up with stats, highlights, and analysis. Full time here in Kansas City, and the final score, Loudoun United 3, Swope Park Rangers 2. Full time here, Loudoun United, 3-2 winners over Swope Park Rangers. See there some of the USA Youth Internationals chatting after Gianluca Busio coming to the field here and having a word with his teammate Griffin Yao and Brian Ko from USA U17 action. We saw a ton of young players on display here for both of these sides, and here are the full-time stats from what was a thrilling encounter between Loudoun United and the Swope Park Rangers. Doug McClagan, what sticks out to you here in these final numbers?
Well, what an entertaining game. 16 shots by both teams. That's what sticks out to me. And 9 and 7 on target. That's a very high count. Equal possession, and that just sums up basically how great this game was tonight. And the youngsters, Neiman, Yao, Ko, Villatoro, all those youngsters for Loudoun, congratulations, and the youngsters for Swope Park Rangers. So unfortunate, but what a great game.
Yeah, as you said, it can be a cruel game sometimes for the Swope Park Rangers here. They come away without any points, but this was a fantastic game. 32 total shots between the two teams, and it winds up 3-2, the final score. Loudoun United winners over the Swope Park Rangers. Hernandez getting back in the goal scoring, so too Griffin Yao. As we saw a fantastic game here at Children's Mercy Park. For Maggie Blair and the rest of our fantastic production crew, and for Doug McClagan in the booth, and Carter Augustine, thank you for joining us tonight for some USL Eastern Conference action. Here's the game-winning goal as Loudoun United take all 3 points. They win 3-2 over the Swope Park Rangers.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.